With the spring semester starting this week at WVU, it's time to take a look at which WVU freshmen will be enrolling early and participating in spring practice coming up in the not so distant future. Let's go! What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Jordan Cruz back here with the Country Roads webcast. And before I get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, do us a favor if you would. Hit that thumbs up button, give this video a like. It'll really help its performance, which in turn helps future videos performances here on the channel. And speaking of the channel, if you're a West Virginia fan, be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Helps us, helps you, as it helps get more of this Mountaineer sports content out to Mountaineer Nation. Having said that, let's get into it. All right, Mountaineer Nation. It's hard to believe it, but 2023 already here as we look ahead to the 2023 WVU football season. And with 2023 coming, that means spring practice is right around the corner for the Mountaineers, starting in the next couple of months. Spring semester starting this week at WVU, so we know which WVU football freshmen will be enrolling early and taking part in that upcoming spring practice. I went ahead and compiled all 8 names into a list here, so I'm going to show you guys. So here are the 8 WVU freshmen that will be getting a little early jump on their Mountaineer football careers. All right, so here you have it, the 8 true freshmen that will be enrolling early for West Virginia. And coincidentally enough, it splits up evenly, actually. 4 offensive freshmen and 4 defensive freshmen that will be participating in spring practice. Let's run through them here really quickly. Quarterback Sean Boyle, the only quarterback that the Mountaineers have brought in this class. He will actually have a great chance to get some reps, as the Mountaineers currently only have 2 other scholarship quarterbacks on the roster, as we know, in Garrett Green and Nico Marchiol. So I think we'll get a good look at Sean Boyle and what he can do. Halfback Jaheim White. Here's one of the players that if you checked out our sign-in day synopsis here on the Country Roads webcast, or if you watch the sign-in day special we did over on Kuz's channel, over on Kuz's Corner here on YouTube, I'm really excited about Jaheim White. I think he's a type of running back that West Virginia hasn't had in quite a while, that speedy, shifty guy that can really break, the long run. But I'm super excited about Jaheim White and his Mountaineer career, and I think getting an early start on it can really give him an advantage. I know West Virginia has a loaded backfield, but I still think don't be surprised to see Jaheim White factor into it in 2023 in some way. Wide receiver Torrey Johnson Jr. Also, here is a legacy player for the Mountaineers, as I'm sure most of you remember Torrey Johnson Sr. playing wide receiver and running back for the Mountaineers during his career and his tenure here at WVU as well. So you got to love to see a legacy guy wanting to come home, play for the same university as his father, and hopefully he will have a great standout career here at West Virginia. I think he's a big physical receiver, also has some speed there, though don't let the size fool you. But even Neil Brown has mentioned that Torrey is the type of player that could maybe eventually transition into a tight end type role for the Mountaineers, but starting his career off at wide receiver, and he'll be here in the spring to start it early. Offensive lineman Johnny Williams. Here's one Neil Brown mentioned it during signing day he really liked because of his massive size. Says he takes up the entire door frame of a house, and you can believe that looking at his recruiting profile. 6'7", 320 pounds. So coming in, ready-made, I think he could help right away to provide some depth in that offensive line for West Virginia when they need some bodies to rotate in, and they really need some guys to fill out that second string there as well for this upcoming season. And Johnny Williams arriving early gives him a great chance to be in that 2 deep for the Mountaineers this upcoming season. Then we look to the bandit position and James Hurd Jr., a player that's been highly talked about. I know if you watched our video on Linnell Carr departing and via transfer portal, left the bandit position a little bit empty, but James Hurd is going to come in and fill that spot right away, I think, for the Mountaineers and compete to play there with Jared Bartlett. I think he'll earn some playing time, at least in spot duty early to begin the season. In pass rushing situations, possibly think Bruce Irvin when he first came here his first year at West Virginia, that type of role maybe. But I think as he continues to progress throughout his freshman season, he could earn his way into the starting role at the bandit position, even as high as the coaching staff has spoken of him and as high as Rivals has him rated as well. If you go watch that video as well, when I talk about that. So really high on James Hurd. Glad to see him enrolling early. West Virginia needs bodies at the bandit position. He's definitely one that's going to factor in, and a lot of people think that he's more of a prototypical fit at that position than West Virginia has had up to this point in Neil Brown's tenure. Then you get a couple linebackers rolling in. The first one here, Ben Cutter, I think super underrated, 3-star recruit recruit, but he is an absolute tackling machine. I think he's got a nose for the football that's kind of going to remind Mountaineer Nation of guys like Nick Kwiatkowski, Reed Williams, guys in that type of mold, and, Grant Wiley even, that really just have a nose for the football, have great instincts when it comes to tackling and pursuit. And I think Ben Cutter is a player that's going to factor into West Virginia's two deep at the linebacker position moving forward, as will the highest rated recruit that the Mountaineers brought in on defense, who is enrolling early, and that is Josiah Trotter, the son of Jeremiah Trotter. Of course, I'm sure you all know, longtime Philadelphia Eagle linebacker. His brother, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., actually has been playing for Clemson. Josiah Trotter elects to come here to WVU. Highly rated prospect. Actually was playing this past weekend in the All-American Bowl. Him and Rodney Gallagher both. So West Virginia getting two players to play in the All-American Bowl. Rodney Gallagher not enrolling early. He'll be here in the summer and then be here for fall camp. However, Josiah Trotter does enroll early, gets a jump start on his Mountaineer career, and we'll see how he factors into the linebacker rotation in 2023. But I think he's a player that's ready-made to contribute as a true freshman. And then defensive back room here. We know West Virginia needs bodies at the cornerback position. You get a youngster coming in here, also named Josiah here, first name-wise, but this is Josiah Jackson. Some of you may know West Virginia bringing in twin brothers in this class, in Josiah Jackson and Jordan Jackson, one of them enrolling early, and that is Josiah Jackson. However, both of them believed to probably play the cornerback position for the Mountaineers, and so West Virginia will get someone to factor in right away there, and we'll get a look at this true freshman throughout the spring and see if he will have a chance to contribute there for the Mountaineers in 2023, as cornerback is, of course, a position of need for West Virginia to improve this upcoming season. But there you have it, Mountaineer Nation. There are the 8 names that are enrolling early for West Virginia in 2023, the 8 true freshmen that will participate in spring practice for the Mountaineers, 4 on offense, 4 on defense, as we look ahead to the 2023 spring practice session for the Mountaineers. Okay, Mountaineer Nation. So if you didn't know before, now you know the true freshmen that will be arriving early and participating in spring football practice for West Virginia in 2023 as we continue through the offseason and look forward to the 2023 West Virginia football season here on the Country Roads webcast channel. We really appreciate you tuning into this video as we continue to bring updates throughout this offseason to Mountaineer Nation. But let us know your thoughts here on the 8 Mountaineers that will be enrolling early. Who are you most excited about? And who do you think will contribute for the Mountaineers in 2023 out of these 8 names? Let us know down there in the comments below. We really appreciate the interaction as we continue to try and grow the Country Roads webcast community throughout Mountaineer Nation. Having said that, as always, I'm Jordan Cruz, and until next time, let's go Mountaineers.